You can see the smile on my face and it just isn't going away because I'm so excited because Premier League football is coming back this week and international break has been torturous. I cannot even tell you, it's been an absolute torture. So happy to see football back. Hopefully you all are well and good. And in this video, I'm going to share my final Premier League prediction and I'm not going to ask you for like or subscribe. I just want your prediction in the comment section and whether do you agree with me or not. So first of all, starting off with the title winners, who's going to win the title this season? Is it going to be fifth one in a row for Manchester City, something unimaginable, or is it going to be Arteta winning the title for the first time, or is it going to be Liverpool in a revival? Now, with all due respect to Liverpool, I think they have been really good. Arne Slot has done a fantastic job. Gravenberch for me, we've been talking about Palmer, bukayo, Saka, but for me, he has been one of the best players in the league, along with them, top three player in the league, the way he's performed. He has been outstanding this season, Gravenberch. And even if Liverpool sign a midfield in January, I just feel they're one step behind City and Arsenal. I think they're comfortably going to finish third. They'll easily get 83, 84 points this season. They're far above the rest of the league, but I just don't think they're at the level of the top two. I think they're just inches away, but I think that could play a bit of part. Van Dijk has been absolutely sensational this season. Konate has looked good. You go on to Gravenberch, you go on to Diaz. Salah even not playing at his best. The guy is pulling out 4 goals and 4 assists. And Jota, he has not been clinical and is still getting goals and still we know he's going to find his form. But I just feel overall with the depth, still the defensive solidity, the backups, I just feel even with the manager, you don't want to put him in the pressure. I just think they're one step behind City and Arsenal. So I'm going Liverpool, comfortable third. Now that brings me to the top two, Manchester City and Arsenal. Who is going to win? And it hurts me because I'm a Chelsea fan. I don't want to say Arsenal, but I think I really see them winning this season. And if they can't really convert it this season, I think, see, Arteta for me has done a stupendous job at Arsenal. The way he's built this side up, the mentality. But if they cannot convert it this year as well, I think question will need to be asked. Just questions. I'm not saying sacking or something, but question need to be asked because this season I see this side going to the next level. Attackingly, however, like it or not, I've always said he's doing a very good job. He's going to suit this Arsenal side, and in a good side with a good structure, he was always going to do well. Trossard is a killer in front of goal. Saka, is very underappreciated, top class player, consistent player. Or even without Odegaard injury, they have the option to get the goals. Midfield wise, Rice is there, Partey is there, Merino is there. Defensively, Timber, Calafiori, Ben White. Then you've got a formidable Gabriel Saliba. And Raya has been the best performing goalkeeper. You go on to Manchester City without Rodri, unfortunate injury. Now, without Rodri, even if they sign a player till January, till then, they might concede a lot of goals. Attackingly, they're heavily reliant right now on Haaland and a bit of pressure on Foden because Kevin De Bruyne, for me now, will he be fit for the whole season? Nobody knows. And doing it 5 times in a row is insanity. I think I've been talking to a lot of people who follow like La Liga, Serie A, and they have been saying if Manchester win it this year, I will call Premier League a Bundesliga. No, because Premier League has not been Bundesliga. This Manchester City side, yes, they have more resources. Yes, they have better players, but Pep Guardiola has beaten one of the best assembled side in terms of structure. Manager Jurgen Klopp, 97 points, 92 points. Arteta has racked up 89 points, 84 points, and that man still keeps a winning title. If they even win now, who can stop them? So I think overall, it's insanity. If they do it, it's absolutely unthinkable. So this is why I'm going with Arsenal first and Manchester City second. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments. Now quickly going on to the top 4 battle. And see, every year this is a very fun battle to talk about because it's absolutely fun. It's jokes, clownery stuff on all the clubs. Remember last season, like Tottenham was so much clear and then they allowed everyone to come back. Aston Villa in the end got it, and even they allowed everyone to come back. But this season, I see it very comfortably. I believe Chelsea is going to finish fourth, and this is not me being biased, no. But I believe we're going to get fourth. For me, there's no pressure on Enzo Maresca. He's doing really good, and even if it doesn't finish top 4, I'm not going to put any manager. Well, sorry, pressure. But I think this season, with the squad we have got, I've already said on my channel, this has been the best transfer window Chelsea have had under the ownership of Todd Bowley and Vidal Iqbali. It's been structured. We've sold the players. We have really, like I say, brought stability to the club. We have got enough backups now. The depth, no injury crisis, good profile of players. So I think we are ready. Attackingly, you have got Jackson and Kuku fighting for the striker position. Neto and Madueke fighting for the right wing position. Sancho and Mudryk fighting for the left wing position. Joao Felix can even come back if this unfortunate injury, which never happens to Cole Palmer. So Chelsea have enough backups. And yes, defensively, you can say that Chelsea have still a lot of weaknesses to solve. But overall, attacking quality for Chelsea will get them away in most games. You saw against Bournemouth. Yes, against Palace and Nottingham Forest we drew, but last year we lose these games. You saw it in the other games as well, like Wolves. Chelsea attacking quality came to fruition, and I believe Chelsea attacking quality is going to propel them over the likes of Tottenham, Aston Villa, Manchester United, Newcastle, Brighton. So I think it's going to be a comfortable fourth finish. And then I'm going Aston Villa. I just feel Aston Villa, yes, Duran is scoring goals, but I still don't think they have enough depth in every position. Playing Champions League football could be also tough on the players and make them more tired. So this is why I'm going Aston Villa fifth. Now I've been a bit more confused because I was thinking Tottenham, but I think it's going to be Newcastle. And I'll tell you why. I still believe this Tottenham side can do a miracle. They can even finish fourth. But for that, Ange has to change something. Why I believe Newcastle? I think Newcastle haven't been as good as they used to be. They've not played for me really well this season. But not having any European football, a lot of games at St. James Park where they're going to get points. And still they've got Gordon, Isak, Barnes, still good defense. And I still believe they'll pluck out some results. But sadly, they've dropped down a level and they won't finish top four. Now that brings me to Big Ange. And see, Tottenham side is not a bad side. I believe if Ange can even adapt 10% of his game, change a bit of things, they can easily fight it head to head with Chelsea for fourth position. But if Ange is hell bent on his style, and this is not me being reactionary after the Brighton loss, is in reality, Tottenham are very predictable. They're going to play high line, leave spaces behind. They don't have a lot of good attacking option. Son is aging now. Werner is not a good option. Brennan Johnson, I've been so impressed with him, and it's good to see the way he's fought against critics, but still, he's a very young player. Solanke is a good striker, but not one of the best in the league, you can say. Madison is, he plays well, but then goes missing for 5 or 6 matches. And they defensively, they've not looked good this season. And when you play just one style of football, it catches up to you. Like this week when they play West Ham, it's going to be very interesting because if Lopetegui is an idiot and he plays the way he did against Chelsea, then Tottenham will cook them 4 or 5-0. But if Lopetegui puts the line behind and sits back and counter with Kudus, Bowen, Pekota, it could be a very different story. And if Ange is not going to change, I think the Europa League matches as well coming up as well. I think this Tottenham side might not do really well because now you see their form last season. They had 26 points from 10 games and then they went on to only get 40 from last 28. And this season they've only taken 10 from 7. 50 points from the last 35 games is an insanely pathetic form, a sackable form. I love Big Ange. I like his style of football. But if you can't adapt, I think it could be a problem. This is why I'm putting him 7th right now. But if he can change this thing around with him, he can adapt. I think this side can be a very dangerous side because Pedro Porro, Udogi, Van de Ven, Romero, you go on to attacking qualities with Solanke, Madison, you go on to Brennan Johnson, Son Heung-min. This side is still capable to finish top 5. But if they're hell-bent on playing one style of football, it will eventually catch up with them. And that takes me to Manchester United, who have to put 8th. And see, I've said it in my video as well. If they would have sacked Erik Ten Hag and brought Tuchel by now, I think they could have gone for the top 4. They're not much behind Chelsea. I think Chelsea are one step ahead, but it's very near. United is not a bad squad. But what I saw against Tottenham Hotspur, the attackers could not even link up play. The confidence was not there. When I saw Chelsea, I still see the attackers have confidence. There's good feeling around the club. The players know what they're doing. They might not be finishing the chances. With Manchester United, when I see the attackers, I see a lack of confidence. I see a lack of style of play. I don't see any style of play from a manager who's been there for 3 years. And I respect Ten Hag. He's won 2 trophies, did good in that way. But if you just take his league campaign out, bar that third finish season, for the last 2 seasons, it's been utter garbage. And right now, seeing the players, defensively, they aren't looking really good. The pressure on him. And this Brentford game could be a very pressure one where Thomas Frank will sit back and try to counter. And now, even if they sack him, it's just too late. So if they do well, fair enough. And this is me being unbiased. If they do well, fair enough. But I see Ten Hag this season trying to win a Europa League and get Champions League qualification. And if United finish 8th, but win the Europa League and get Champions League football, who cares? Reality, if you're a United fan, you get a trophy, you qualify, fair enough. But in the league right now, I just see them be way behind the likes of Chelsea, Newcastle, Tottenham, and Aston Villa. If they do something else, it's fair enough. I still believe they have a good squad. If they got a good manager right now, I think they might have done good. But with Ten Hag right now, I just think things look so much broken. The quality, the style of play is not there that I don't think that will be recovered. And I want to talk about Brighton. They have got really good attacking talent. They've signed some really good attacking players this season. They're building again for the future. Their rudder is there. You got Ivan Ferguson has not even played much this season. Denny Welbeck has been absolutely outstanding and has been the top 5-6 performers in the league this season. Then you go on the right wing depth. They've got Dingra. March is going to be back. Then Minte. And then you've got Mitoma. That's an absolutely serious squad. But I think this season is more about adjusting, learning, The manager is really exciting but young. They're going to finish 9th, and the next season they're going to be even better. And West Ham for me is going to be 10th, being very honest with West Ham. I think Lopetegui will find something and try to get top 10. But overall, this side is so talented that they should be finishing higher. I can't see them be out of top 10 with the talent they've got. Kudus, Bowen, Paqueta, Edson Alvarez. Sucher might not be your favorite footballer, but it does his job. You've got Todibo, you've got Van Bissaka. Defensively is really solid. This side should Killman. This side should not be finishing out of top 10. And even it's embarrassing for them to finish behind Brighton with the money they've spent. But overall, to be really honest, I just don't see the manager appointment was right. Lopetegui was not a right appointment, and I just see them finishing 10th. Now, just going on quickly to the rest of the league, I think Fulham are the best among the other ones. They're a really good team, well built with a very good manager, but just they don't have the same, like you can say, transfer budget to go over the top 10. And then I think overall again, Nottingham Forest is looking like the Nuno Wolf time. Defensively solid, can counter really well. Ilanga, Hudson Roy, Chris Wood. So a really, really good side. I have to talk about Crystal Palace. I think last season, I don't think it was a honeymoon period. I think Glasner is a very good manager. But when you lose the like of Olise, you keep losing your players. It's very difficult to rebuild again. Joshua Mendelson went to Fulham. They lost the likes of Olise, and it's very difficult. You have to understand, you keep on losing your best players. You cannot put the same performances. But they are too good to be involved in relegation battle. I think they're going to easily finish again in top 15, again be 14, 15, and the way they used to be for many years, to be really honest. Now, quickly going on, these are my predictions. Bournemouth Palace finding out for that position, and I don't think it's going to change much, to be really honest. And that takes me to the last part to discuss as relegation battle. I just see Everton too good to go down. With the new stadium coming next season, they're going to be in the Premier League, and they have just too much experience. People always do these things when they start a season. My surprise prediction, Everton are going to go down, but they always easily stay up. Sean Dyche, the manager, experience. They've got players like Takure, Dwight McNeil, Calvert Lewin. Brandon is going to be back very soon. Pickford. They have got enough players in there to get them out. They're going to get a lot of 1-0 victories in Goodison Park, and they'll easily survive in the end. And as for bottom, I think it's very easy. Southampton are going down. Sometimes you see a side and you say, they might even try, but they still won't stay up. And that's the case with Southampton. They're a bit naive. They concede poor goals. They're hell-bent playing their style of football. They haven't got the quality of players. I just feel they're going to go down. They can't stay up. Ipswich have been good, impressive. The lap has looked good. They will try to adapt their game. But I think for Ipswich, I have a lot of sympathy. You've just come into the Premier League after so many years, and you're up against giants who've got so much big money. It's very difficult to compete. For them, it could be a great year even if they go down, they get the parachute money, they rebuild from there, and can easily come back again and be more ready. That takes me to the last one, and I think it's very, very tough to predict because Leicester have really experienced Premier League proven players. Buanote, and Didi's more than experienced, is a very, very good footballer. You go on to likes of James Justin, who's a very, very good baller. Even a Fires is there. Wadi, Patson Daka has been injured this season. He's going to be back. And they've got a very, very good team overall. That's too good to go down. And Wolves, on the other hand, is also a good team. Have stayed in the Premier League for a long time now. But I think this could be the year they go down. Because Leicester have a manager in Steve Cooper who knows to play defensive and get the results. He did the same with Nottingham Forest 2 years back when they survived just on, like I said, last 2-3 game weeks. I think Gary O'Neill is inexperienced in these matters. I think they've lost too many players. They lost Killman and Neto this summer. They haven't really recouped, like put the same money in the transfer market, signed the players. Wolves haven't really incompetent, or you can say not been spending money for the last 2-3 seasons. And now they're heavily reliant on Kuna in front of goal. Defensively, they aren't looking really good this season. Gary O'Neill is not adapting. They are playing back four. They're getting exposed. And I just feel it's sad for me. I don't like any side going down. But I think this could be the season they go down and pay for the incompetence. Do you agree with my predictions? Let me know in the comments and like and subscribe.